Open with the question, what if you could make your waist feel tighter, improve your posture, and strengthen your abs this week without going to a gym? Build immediate curiosity around the 7-day at-home routine. Make it clear that the routine is designed to be accessible, especially for people who don't want intense workouts or complicated equipment. Emotional cue. Hope. Reassure viewers that meaningful progress can begin with small, manageable actions. Avoid suggesting that age automatically prevents improvement. B. Challenge the 7-day transformation claim. Address the title honestly before making any promises. Explain that 7 days is not enough time to safely eliminate a large amount of abdominal fat. Clarify that spot reduction, burning fat specifically from the waist through abdominal exercises, is not how the body works. Explain what can potentially change within a week. Better posture. Improved abdominal muscle activation. Less sedentary time. Reduced feelings of bloating for some people. Greater awareness of how the body is positioned and moving. Explain that these changes may make someone look or feel slightly slimmer, even though substantial fat loss takes longer. Emotional cue. Authority plus honesty. Position the video as a realistic alternative to exaggerated flat stomach in 7 days promises. C. Relatable example. Introduce a fictional example of someone around 55-60 years old. Describe how they may feel uncomfortable in fitted clothing. Notice their stomach becoming more prominent when they sit. Feel frustrated because traditional ab workouts seem too difficult or uncomfortable. Then show the realistic shift. They begin with gentle core exercises. They become more aware of their posture. They add short periods of walking. They gradually feel more stable and confident. Emphasize that the goal isn't suddenly becoming a completely different person in 7 days. The real transformation is, I feel stronger. I can actually stick with this. Emotional cue. Hope plus relatability. D. What viewers will learn. Preview the video's roadmap. Why your stomach can look larger than expected, including posture, bloating, muscle strength, and body fat. The simple at-home waist and core routine, designed around controlled movements rather than exhausting hundreds of crunches. How to perform each movement safely with easier modifications for beginners and older adults. What to do outside the workout, including walking, balanced nutrition, sleep, and daily movement. Tell viewers they don't need a gym membership, expensive equipment, extreme dieting, hundreds of repetitions. End the intro with a strong transition. So, before we start the routine, let's first understand why your waist may look bigger than you think. Because once you understand the problem, the solution becomes much simpler. A. Belly fat is only one piece of the puzzle. Start by challenging the assumption that every inch around the waist is simply body fat. Explain that the appearance of the midsection can be influenced by several different factors. Body fat. Excess stored fat around the abdomen can increase waist size. Bloating. Temporary digestive changes can make the stomach feel fuller or more distended. Posture. The way you stand or sit can dramatically change how your stomach appears. Core strength. Weak trunk muscles may make it harder to maintain a stable, upright position. Daily movement. Spending much of the day sitting means fewer opportunities to use the muscles and expend energy. Make the point relatable. 2 people can have similar body weight, but look very different around the waist because of differences in posture, muscle mass, body composition, and bloating. Important clarification. A larger-looking abdomen does not automatically mean someone has simply overeaten. Emotional cue. Relief plus hope. Viewers should understand that there is more than one factor they can work on. B. The posture problem after 45. Transition into posture. Now, here is something many people overlook. Your posture can change the way your waist looks before your body composition changes at all. Explain how years of sitting, inactivity, and reduced trunk strength can contribute to forward head and rounded upper body, a tendency to collapse through the torso, an exaggerated lower back position in some people, the abdominal area appearing more relaxed or pushed forward. Demonstrate the concept verbally. Compare slouching in a chair with standing comfortably tall. Explain that simply lengthening through the spine and gently engaging the trunk can change the silhouette. Important nuance. Do not promise that perfect posture will permanently flatten the stomach. Explain that posture can change appearance immediately, while meaningful changes in body fat require longer-term habits. Emotional cue. Hope. Sometimes the first improvement you notice isn't on the scale. It's the way you carry yourself. C. The more crunches equals smaller waist. Myth. Address one of the biggest misconceptions directly. Doing hundreds of crunches does not specifically burn the fat sitting over your abdominal muscles. Explain the distinction. Abdominal exercises can strengthen and condition the muscles. Fat loss happens through overall energy balance and long-term lifestyle patterns. Explain why the upcoming routine focuses on more than traditional crunches. Core stability, controlled movement, posture, whole body activity. Emphasize that older adults don't need to punish themselves with hundreds of repetitions to make progress. Emotional cue, authority. Replace the work harder mindset with train smarter and consistently. D. Why extreme diets are a bad strategy. Shift from exercise to the common temptation of trying to accelerate results through food restriction. Briefly warn against starving yourself, regularly skipping meals just to eat less. Detox, drinks marketed as belly fat solutions, excessive cardio, extremely restrictive calorie intake. Explain the practical problem. Extreme strategies can leave people feeling hungry, tired, and discouraged. They can make it harder to maintain muscle and stay active. Most importantly, they are difficult to sustain. For adults 45 plus, emphasize that preserving strength and muscle while improving health should matter more than chasing the fastest possible change in waist size. Emotional cue, gentle fear. If a plan leaves you exhausted after 3 days, it isn't a better plan just because it sounds more extreme. E. Set the realistic 7-day goal. Clearly redefine what viewers should expect from the challenge. The goal over the next 7 days is not a dramatic transformation. Instead, look for early wins such as better core control, less stiffness, improved posture, more daily movement, potentially less bloating, greater confidence with the exercises, a routine you can realistically continue. Explain that these small improvements become much more meaningful when repeated for several weeks and months. Create a bridge into the solution. So instead of trying to destroy your abs today, we're going to train your body in a way you can actually repeat tomorrow. End with anticipation. And that's exactly what we're going to do next with this simple at-home waist and core routine. Before we begin, let's make this simple and safe. Clear a little space around you, and if you need extra support, place a sturdy chair nearby. You don't need expensive equipment, and you definitely don't need to move as fast as possible. In this routine, control matters more than speed. Move only through a comfortable range of motion. You should feel your muscles working, but you should not try to push through sharp or sudden pain. And if you experience chest pain, significant dizziness, faintness, or unusual shortness of breath, stop the workout and seek appropriate medical advice. Remember, modifying an exercise doesn't mean you're doing less. It means you're choosing the version that works for your body today. So let's begin. Exercise 1. Standing core brace. Start by standing comfortably with your feet about hip-width apart. Keep your knees slightly relaxed. Stand tall and let your shoulders stay loose. Now gently tighten your abdominal muscles as if you're preparing for someone to give you a light tap on the stomach. But here's the important part. Keep breathing normally. Don't suck your stomach in as hard as you can, and don't hold your breath. Simply brace your core gently, hold for a few seconds, and then relax. Repeat that a few times. This simple movement teaches you something extremely important: how to control your core. Your goal isn't to keep your stomach pulled in all day. It's to learn how to engage your abdominal muscles when your body needs stability. And if standing isn't comfortable for you, that's perfectly fine. You can perform the same exercise while sitting in a sturdy chair. Exercise 2. Standing knee to elbow. Now we're going to add a little more movement. Stand tall with your feet comfortably apart. Slowly lift your right knee while bringing your left elbow toward it. Then return to the starting position. Now switch sides. Left knee toward your right elbow. Continue alternating slowly. Don't worry about speed. In fact, moving too quickly can make you rely on momentum instead of your muscles. Think about bringing your ribs and hip closer together rather than swinging your entire body. Keep your movements controlled, breathe normally, and stay as upright as you comfortably can. If lifting your knees high is difficult, simply lift them a little lower. And if your balance isn't great today, perform the movement near a sturdy support. Remember, this exercise can strengthen and challenge the muscles around your core, but it cannot selectively burn the fat around your stomach. That's not how fat loss works. We're training the muscles while building a movement habit that you can continue. Exercise 4 Seated Knee Lift. Now, if standing exercises are difficult for you, this next movement gives you a lower impact option. Sit toward the front half of a sturdy chair. Keep your chest comfortably upright and place both feet on the floor. Now slowly lift one knee. Lower it with control. Then lift the other knee. Continue alternating. Try not to lean backward or use momentum to lift the legs. Keep your torso as steady as you comfortably can. And remember this. This is still a workout even if you're doing it from a chair. You don't have to stand on one leg, jump, or perform complicated exercises to challenge your body. Start with small, controlled movements. If lifting your knee high is difficult, lift it only a few inches. As you become stronger and more comfortable, you can gradually increase the movement. The goal is progress, not perfection. Exercise 5 Bird Dog or supported core reach. Now we're moving into a core stability exercise. If you're comfortable getting down onto the floor, begin on your hands and knees. Place your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Keep your spine in a comfortable, neutral position. Now slowly extend one arm and the opposite leg. Pause briefly, then bring them back in with control. Switch sides. The key here is not how high you can lift your arm or leg. The key is keeping your torso steady while your arms and legs move. Imagine that you have a glass of water balanced on your lower back. Your goal is to keep that glass from tipping over. If the full bird dog is too challenging, don't worry. You can keep one hand supported on a stable surface and move one arm or one leg at a time. That's a perfectly good place to start. This is also why core training is about more than doing endless crunches. Your core doesn't only need to bend your body, it also needs to help stabilize your trunk while your arms and legs move. That kind of control can be useful in everyday activities like reaching, walking, carrying groceries, and getting up from a chair. Exercise 6 Glute Bridge. Now it's time to work the muscles around your hips and the back of your body. Lie comfortably on your back with your knees bent and your feet supported on the floor. Place your feet roughly hip-width apart. Relax your shoulders and neck. Gently engage your abdominal muscles. Now press through your feet and slowly lift your hips. Pause for a moment at the top, then lower your hips slowly back toward the floor. Don't worry about lifting as high as possible. Focus on controlled movement and using your glutes rather than overextending your lower back. Again, quality matters more than quantity. If getting onto the floor or getting back up is difficult for you, you can skip this exercise or use a smaller range of motion. Your workout should challenge you without making you feel unsafe. Exercise 7 Gentle Standing March. And finally, we're going to finish with a simple standing march. Stand near a sturdy support if you need help with balance. Begin marching slowly in place. Lift one foot, then the other. Keep your posture comfortably upright. Let your arms swing naturally. And gently engage your abdominal muscles as you move. If you're feeling good, you can gradually increase the pace. But you don't have to. Smaller steps and a slower pace are completely acceptable. The purpose of this final movement is to get your whole body moving and finish the routine with something simple and accessible. And remember this, the goal is not to destroy yourself with exercise. The goal is to finish feeling like you could do it again tomorrow. Because the workout you can repeat consistently is far more valuable than the workout that leaves you exhausted and unable to continue. How to structure your 7-day routine. Now let's put everything together. Start with about 1 to 2 minutes of gentle warm-up movement. Then perform each exercise for roughly 30 to 45 seconds. Take a short rest whenever you need one. If you're a beginner, start with just one complete round. That's enough. As you become more comfortable, you can gradually build toward 2 rounds. You don't need to double your workout overnight. You don't need to chase exhaustion. And you don't need to prove anything. Your goal for these 7 days is to build control, consistency, and confidence. Because remember, we're not trying to create a fake transformation overnight. We're creating a routine that your body can actually continue. And here's the part many people miss. This short workout is only one piece of the puzzle. What you do during the other 23 hours of your day can have an even bigger influence on your waist, your energy, and your long-term results. So next, let's talk about the simple things you can do outside this workout to support your progress. Tips: what you do for the other 23 hours matters. You've just completed the workout, but here's something important to remember. Your waist isn't shaped by 30 or 40 minutes of exercise alone. What you do during the other 23 hours of your day matters too. And you don't need to completely change your life overnight. A few simple habits, repeated consistently, can make a much bigger difference over time. Tip 1. Walk after meals. One of the simplest things you can add to your day is a gentle walk after a meal. You don't need to power walk. You don't need to climb hills. And you don't need to walk for an hour. Even 5 to 15 minutes of comfortable walking can be a practical way to increase your daily movement. If you feel comfortable, take a short walk after lunch or dinner. And if walking outside isn't convenient, walk around your home, your hallway, or another safe area. The goal is simply to avoid spending the entire day sitting. Over time, these small periods of movement can add up and support your overall health and fitness. Tip 2. Prioritize protein and fiber. Now let's talk about food. You don't need a starvation diet to work toward a healthier waist. Instead, build balanced meals around foods that help you stay satisfied. Include a source of protein, such as eggs, fish, poultry, beans, lentils, yogurt, tofu, or another protein-rich food you enjoy. Then add vegetables, fruit, and high-fiber foods such as whole grains, beans, or other minimally processed foods. Why? Because protein and fiber can help support fullness, while a varied diet provides important nutrients your body needs. Think about building a meal rather than simply trying to eat as little as possible. For example, instead of skipping lunch because you're trying to lose belly fat, you might have a balanced meal containing protein, vegetables, and a high-fiber carbohydrate. That is much easier to maintain than constantly fighting hunger. Tip 3. Reduce liquid calories and excess added sugar. You don't have to declare sugar the enemy, but if you're regularly drinking calories without feeling very full, that's an easy place to look. Think about sugary sodas, sweetened teas, sweetened coffees, and other heavily sweetened drinks. You can also pay attention to frequent desserts and foods high in added sugar. The goal isn't perfection. You don't have to eliminate every sweet food from your life. Instead, look for simple substitutions. Choose water or an unsweetened drink more often. Keep desserts occasional rather than automatic. And remember, one meal or one dessert doesn't determine your waistline. Your overall pattern matters much more. Tip 4. Pay attention to bloating. Now here's something that can make your stomach look noticeably different from one day to the next. Bloating. Sometimes you may wake up feeling relatively comfortable, and by the evening your stomach feels much fuller. That doesn't necessarily mean you've suddenly gained body fat. Temporary bloating can be influenced by things such as very large meals, eating quickly, certain foods, excess sodium, or constipation. If bloating is an issue for you, try eating more slowly. Pay attention to which foods seem to trigger discomfort. Stay appropriately hydrated, and make sure you're getting an appropriate amount of dietary fiber, increasing it gradually if your current intake is low. If bloating is persistent, severe, painful, or accompanied by other concerning symptoms, don't simply assume it's normal. That's something worth discussing with a healthcare professional. Tip 5. Protect your sleep and manage stress. Now let's talk about something people often overlook when trying to change their body. Sleep. When you consistently sleep poorly or feel chronically stressed, maintaining healthy eating and activity habits can become more difficult. You may feel more tired. You may have less motivation to exercise. And you may find yourself reaching for convenient foods more often. So don't treat sleep as something you can sacrifice while focusing on your waist. Try to maintain a consistent sleep and wake schedule. Give yourself some quiet time before bed. Reduce stimulating activities late at night, and create a simple evening routine that helps you transition toward sleep. You don't need a magical breathing exercise that supposedly melts belly fat or burns cortisol. The goal is much simpler. Help your body and mind settle down so you can get the quality rest you need. Tip 6, your 7-day challenge. Now, let's turn all of this into a simple 7-day challenge. On day 1, your goal is simply to learn the movements. Don't worry about doing everything perfectly. Focus on understanding the exercises and finding the versions that feel comfortable for you. On day 2, complete one controlled round of the routine. Move slowly. Pay attention to your breathing and posture. On day 3, add a short walk. It could be 5 to 15 minutes after a meal or another convenient time of day. On day 4, make posture and core control your focus. During the day, notice how you're sitting, standing, and moving. On day 5, if your body is responding well, complete 1 or 2 rounds of the routine. Take breaks whenever necessary. On day 6, combine the pieces. Do your routine, get some walking in, and focus on balanced meals rather than extreme restriction. And on day 7, repeat the routine and take a moment to notice how you feel. Are the movements easier? Do you feel more stable? Are you standing a little taller? Do you have more confidence? Those are meaningful signs of progress. Tip 7, measure progress correctly. Finally, don't let the bathroom scale become the only judge of your success. Your weight can naturally fluctuate from day to day because of hydration, food intake, digestion, sodium, and other factors. Your waist measurement can fluctuate too. If you want to measure your waist, do it under similar conditions each time rather than comparing random measurements throughout the day. But also, pay attention to things that don't appear on a scale. How do your clothes fit? How easily can you move? Do you feel stronger? Is your posture improving? Are you walking more? And most importantly, are you becoming more consistent with your routine? Because 7 days isn't supposed to be the end of your journey. It's supposed to prove that you can start. And when small habits become consistent habits, that's when the real changes begin. Before you go, let's come back to the most important point from this entire video. A tiny waist and completely flat abs cannot realistically be promised in just 7 days. And anyone who guarantees that kind of dramatic transformation is selling you a promise, not a sustainable solution. But 7 days can still matter. 7 days can be enough to start building stronger muscles, to improve your posture, to move your body more, to develop better daily habits, and perhaps most importantly, to prove to yourself that you are capable of taking action. Your body doesn't stop responding to healthy movement simply because you're getting older. You can still become stronger. You can still improve your balance and movement. And you can still build habits that help you feel more confident in your own body. So don't spend your time jumping from one miracle routine to another, looking for the fastest possible result. Give yourself something better: consistency. Because the routine you can repeat next week is far more valuable than the extreme workout you can only survive once. And here's something worth thinking about. Don't ask yourself, can I transform my body in 7 days? Ask yourself, what can I start doing today that my future body will thank me for? That question changes everything. If you're ready to commit to the next 7 days, comment 7 days below and tell me which exercise was the easiest for you and which one challenged you the most. If you found this routine useful, subscribe for more practical, age-friendly fitness and healthy aging videos designed to help you become stronger without unnecessary extremes. And if you know someone who wants to get stronger at home, share this video with them. Most importantly, remember to listen to your body. Modify any movement that doesn't feel appropriate for you. And if you have a medical condition, significant pain, or concerns about beginning an exercise program, speak with an appropriate healthcare professional for personalized guidance. 7 days won't change everything, but 7 days can change what you do next. And sometimes, that's where the real transformation begins.